What's going on, guys? This is Primal with M.A.S.K Tactical. Today I'm out here doing a little bit of training, and I wanted to go ahead and break down my new combat hybrid survival pack. And this is the triple aught design fast pack EDC, and the reason why I call it a combat hybrid survival pack is because of its modular nature, and I'll show you what I mean in just a second, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so what I mean by modular is that this pack contains certain items that swap out from time to time throughout the year, depending upon my mission and depending upon the season. A lot of which pertain to the actual sleep system that I have built, which mounts externally on the pack. However, there are some internal components and kits that I have built that will swap out depending upon my mission. So, with that being said, if you have any interest in any of the gear mentioned in this video, be sure to check out the full article on our website. There's going to be links in the description or popping up top here. Be sure to check those out if you are interested in any of that stuff and want to help support us at the same time. Be sure to buy through our links, and I'll be sure to give you guys all the best deals that I can find on this gear. Some of the deals are only available through the actual maker of the gear, rather than Amazon or anything like that. So be sure to check out any of the guys that we support. You know, triple aught design, 777 gear. Some of these guys don't actually retail through other avenues. You can only buy directly through them. So I'll be sure to link up everybody and everything that I mentioned in this video in the article, so check that out. With that being said, let's go ahead and I'm going to break down the external components of this pack and mention briefly some of the features of this pack. This pack is not this is not a review on the actual triple aught design fast pack EDC. That'll be coming in the future when I do just the review on the pack. I am going to mention certain things about this pack and give you some insights as to why I chose it, but it's not going to be an in-depth review of the bag itself, so that'll be at a later date. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the external portion of this pack. Okay guys, so real quick, this pack is not actually complete yet, and I'm going to be doing these progress reports probably once or twice per year, depending upon how much actual progress that I make with this build. So as we go throughout this review, you're going to notice that some of the kits and some of the gear might seem incomplete. And that's just because I haven't actually finished it yet. So there are still a lot of things that I plan on obtaining. I will show you guys some of the plans that I have, future plans, in the actual article. I'll mention some of that briefly. But for the most part, if you see something that's incomplete, it's just simply because I haven't actually bought the gear that I need. This will evolve over time. That's why I plan on doing these progress reports as the build progresses. So let's go ahead and get started. So the sleep system that I have put together is primarily useful in my climate here in Tennessee, where it doesn't get too cold for too long of a period during the year. So I can get away with a lighter sleeping bag. And the sleeping bag that I have chosen for the majority of my year is the Snug Pack Jungle Bag, which mounts right here on top with the triple aught design paracord, the innovative paracord lashing system that they've built here. I really love it. There's not a lot of packs out there that have ability to mount something on top, but those that do are using like traditional compression straps. Triple aught design has kind of innovated their own little paracord lashing system here that's really awesome, and I'll show you guys a little bit more in detail how that works here in a little bit. But for my climate, I've got the Snug Pack Jungle Bag, and in the colder portions of the year, when the seasons change and it gets a little colder on me, I will swap this out for a bigger, heavier grade sleeping bag. But for the most part, I can get away with this lightweight Snug Pack, primarily because it doesn't get very, very cold, and I also, will combine it with a fire and a good, protection from the elements with my tarp shelter and everything like that. So I can usually get away with it. So my Snug Pack Jungle Bag mounts right here on top. It's really small, it's really compact, and it goes right there on top. In the center of the pack, you've got what's traditionally referred to as a butt flap, which just folds down, and inside that I keep my Snug Pack all-weather shelter, and it's basically just a big tarp that's got some extra functionality to it. I'll show you guys more about that later on. The butt flap of the pack itself actually serves as somewhat of a rifle scabbard, if you will. It's got a flap on the inside that you can just leave it open, and you can run the buttstock of your rifle right down there on the bottom, and then you can use the external compression straps to lash your rifle to the pack, so it's really awesome for that. Right here on the center, this is something that comes off depending upon what I'm doing, but I usually just leave it on my pack or in my Jeep, and I bring it whenever I go out and do some training. This here is a Condor dump pouch, and dump pouches are really awesome for a lot of different things. You know, you can use them when you're out in the woods and you're foraging for food. You can use it to carry around dry tinder. Maybe you snared a squirrel and you want to put it in here and carry it back to camp. Whatever you want to use it for, really, dump pouches are a great thing to have. So I keep it on my pack, and when I get to camp, I'll take it off my pack and mount it on my belt kit. So dump pouches are really awesome. On the bottom of the pack, in the last portion of my sleep system, I keep my Alps Mountaineering Sleeping Pad. This is the Comfort Series pad, the regular size, so it's not, you know, jumbo or anything like that. It's just enough to fit me and make it to where my sleep setup is moderately comfortable. So that's pretty much the components of my sleep system, and I'll pull those out and show you a little more in detail of those here in just a little bit. The rest of this pack, talking about the external features real quick, this is the Fast Pack EDC. They've also got a light speed, and the light speed is basically a simplified, more minimalistic version of the Fast Pack. The Fast Pack, the primary difference is the two external pockets that you've got on the sides here. These pockets are fairly big, and just to show you as a comparison, a size comparison, this is the Pathfinder Canteen, and it fits completely down inside there and allows me enough room to even zip it up as well. So that's part of my cook set. That's the only thing I keep in that pocket. On the reverse side, I keep a pair of Oakley gloves. These are the reinforced knuckle gloves, and I primarily keep these because I'm usually in an urban environment. I'm not like too heavily wilderness based here where I live. So if I'm ever in an urban environment, I might be in a situation where I might need to break through some glass or something like that. Reinforced knuckle gloves are always good to have. I also keep a rain tarp in here to go over my pack tarp. This is actually a black one. I do plan on swapping this out for a brown one. That way, because like I said, I'm primarily in an urban environment here. So if I do have to go out into the wilderness and I need in camouflages of the essence, I will throw on a brown or, you know, a camo cover pack tarp. So I'm going to be swapping that out, but I keep that in the side pocket out here. I also keep a beanie for night when it gets a little chilly. I like to swap out the hat and go with a beanie. And that's it. That's all that I keep in this external pocket there. And another cool feature about this pack that Triple Alt Design has is these, they call them flashlight caves. They're on the bottom of the pack and they're kind of covert. So whenever you open them up on the inside, you can stow a flashlight. And there's actually a D-ring up in the top of it. You can't really see it, but it's up there. So you can lash something with paracord. That way you don't actually lose it. So if I was to drop this on the ground or something, or it fall out by accident, it's still lashed and I would be able to retain that. So I keep a nice little Energizer flashlight in there. Pretty bright flashlight. And it stows away nice and secure. If you had a small pistol or anything else that you really wanted to conceal, you know, if somebody was to steal this pack, they wouldn't really ever notice that that's there. And there's one on both sides of the pack. And the cool thing about this is that you can actually retrieve these items as you've got the pack on you. So if you were in a combat situation and maybe you had a knife in there, or I don't know, you know, if you needed to get your flashlight out in a hurry, you wouldn't have to actually drop your pack to get that item out. On this other side, I keep my monster Ferro Rod that I've got from 4 Directions Bushcraft. Make sure you guys check that out. He makes really awesome bushcraft gear. He's got Tinder products. He's got these fat wood handle Ferro Rods. He sells fat wood by the pound. These things are just phenomenal. This thing is as big as my arm. and I'm able to fit it inside that flashlight case. So that just gives you an idea of how big these things actually are. They're pretty much the same size as the external pocket right here. So very deep, a lot of storage capacity there. So that's part of my fire kit, which I also keep inside, but I didn't have enough room on the inside to actually put this somewhere where it's functional, so I put it in this flashlight case. Back to the top of the pack, Triple Alt Design has kind of another innovation here with this pack, and it's actually a waterproof bag, and it's built in between the back of the pack and in the internal portion of the pack. So when you're on the inside of this pack, you don't actually see this compartment. It's kind of concealed, and the only way to get to it is with this strap system on the top here that just rolls up and snap buckles right here on the sides. So on the inside, just to give you kind of a show you the depth and the ability of this compartment here. If you wanted to store your clothes or whatnot in it, you could do that. If you want, it's a laptop sleeve. For example, if I'm going out and about doing work in the urban environment, I've usually got my MacBook Air with me, but it'll fit pretty much any size laptop that you can think about, or anything that you just want to keep dry. Like I said, it is a dry bag, and just to show you a size example, I fit our entire Badlands Camp Axe down inside of it. And normally I would probably mount this on the exterior of the pack, but I just put it down in there to kind of show you an example. And it doesn't protrude out the top or anything. This is a pretty large camp axe, and it still gives me the ability to roll it completely up and stow it away. So that pretty much does it for the external portion of this pack. I'm not going to talk about the strap system or the actual the rest of the details of the pack. So for now, what we're going to do is break down the admin panel and break down the internal components and show you guys some of the kits and gear that I keep inside. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so the admin panel of this pack is right here on the front. It's not a huge admin panel. It does have some depth to it and some organization to it, but you won't really be able to see too much of it. Just because it's a tight confined space and it's really hard to capture that. But basically on the inside here, what I keep in here is an SAS survival guide. I've got a pen. I keep a little straw from a Capri Sun, and I use this to actually help me in my fire making, and I'll use it and blow down into the fire with this. That way I don't actually have to put my face directly in the fire. It's a really controlled burst of air, and it works really well when trying to get some oxygen in your fire. Like I said, this is primarily in an urban environment, so I keep a lot of urban-based stuff, some of the gear that I would keep with me on a day-to-day basis, and essentially a lot of EDC items. This here is a Skullcandy headphones case. I keep headphones with me. I also keep a charging puck for my cell phone. I keep a square card reader for if I'm ever out and need to process any card payments. I've got a Right in the Rain notepad. Can't go wrong with those. This is a custom-made business card holder that I got from our guy John at Vendetta Tactical. Makes some really awesome Kydex products. I've got some eye drops for my contacts, a backup contact container with some solution in it in case I need to swap them out in the field. I also keep one of my EDC knives. This is the S.E.R.E Mini Tanto, really awesome blade. And that's pretty much it for this admin panel. All right, so we've talked about the external portion of the pack here. We've talked about the admin panel and the external pockets here. So let's go ahead and talk about the internal compartment here, which is the main portion of the pack. It is a complete clamshell opening. We've got some mesh pockets on the outside here, as well as big open space on the inside here, and a really awesome feature called the control panel that I'll talk about in a minute. But here's the gear that I keep inside currently. This is the remainder of the Pathfinder cook set. Got the cup and the base that goes with this canteen. Really awesome cook set. Very happy that I bought that. Inside currently, I am basing this around 3 primary kits, and I'll be making more of these kits as I go. You know, maybe for a combat specific purpose or an E&E purpose, something of that nature. But right now I got a trauma based kit or first aid, and these are made using the 777 gear MK7 pouches. These are for EDC organization, and they're really awesome. I'm going to break down each of these kits here in just a minute. So trauma kit, a tool kit, survival kit. I also keep a Pelican case in here. I don't have anything in it right now, but when I'm out in the field and it does start to rain, I'll throw my phone in here, my GoPro, or any of the other camera equipment or anything, any electronic equipment that I can fit in here. I'll throw it in here if I need to keep things dry. So that's always a good thing to have. And I've also got a hygiene kit, and I'll break all this down in just a second. On the inside here, like I said, this is called the control panel, this brown feature here. And this mounts to several different mounting points throughout the pack here, and I'll zoom in on this and show you. But you got a mesh pocket here and a mesh pocket here. It pretty much mirrors the front side of the clamshell here. So on the top portion here, right now, I've currently got some food supplies in here, and this is probably about, you know, if I wanted to stretch it, 2, maybe 3 days worth of food here. Got some just MRE based stuff. 2 warmers, a main meal, which is some spaghetti, and 2 packs of tortilla shells. And that's pretty much just what I fit in there right now. I do have plenty more space with this thing fully loaded to add more food or clothing items should I need to, if I'm staying out in the field longer or something like that. In the bottom mesh pocket, I keep my paracord supply, and I keep typically about 100 to 200 feet of paracord in my pack at all times. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit more up close and personal look at the inside of this, so you can see how the control panel looks and mounts in there. Okay, so on the front side of the clamshell here, there's 2 mesh pockets. I keep my cutting tools in this one and my fire kit in the top one. My cutting tools fit all inside of this, and right now I currently keep 3 different types of cutting tools. This is my primary survival blade here. This is the Gerber Strongarm. I've been using it for a little while now, and I'm very pleased with this blade. For a good generic priced blade, you get what you pay for when you buy anything in life. This is going to cost you roughly 50 bucks depending upon where you buy it, and it's a really awesome blade. Gerber has lifetime warranties. A lot of people talk crap about Gerber, but they make a really great product for the price. So that's my primary cutting blade, straight edge, for bushcraft purposes like batoning and heavy duty work. I also keep a Bahco Laplander, the most infamous handsaw that there is, pretty much. Really awesome handsaw. And I keep a Mora companion for fine carving, bushcraft based work, feather sticks and things of that nature. I do plan on upgrading this to maybe the bushcraft or the new full tang model that they just released recently. I want to go with a heavier duty, more pristine blade. This is just a stainless steel blade, as you guys know, but for 15 bucks, again, you get what you pay for. This is a pretty good little fine carving blade there. So those are the 3 cutting tools that I keep in that compartment there. Right here on this top portion here is my fire kit. I keep a metal tin to keep char cloth in, and I can also make char cloth with it when I'm out in the field. I've also got a bag full of 4 Directions bushcraft tinder products such as fat wood, wax rounds, and birch bark. Really awesome stuff there. I've got some more of the components of my cooking kit the spoon and fork combination, the lid to the cook set, and the handle. Keep that in there. This here is the mini Inferno that comes with the cook kit from Pathfinder. Good for fire starting. I also keep our custom Kydex neck lighter holsters that Vendetta Tactical makes for us. Really awesome thing here. I got a backup lighter, and I also keep some stormproof matches. And that's pretty much the extent of my fire kit currently. Alright, this is my current tool kit, and like I said, a lot of these kits are not complete yet, but this is what I currently keep, and I use these MK7 pouches from 777 Gear. These things are really phenomenal for EDC organization, and you can really build any kind of kit out of them that you want. On this side, you've got a clear panel here, a clear plastic panel so you can see the gear that's in behind it. You've also got a sleeve going down the back of this side, and on the front you've got elastic webbing to put all your tools in. On the bottom of it you've got a retention pouch, so basically when your tools are down in there it retains the bottom of them so they don't fall out. You got a D-ring right here on this side, and these are just overall phenomenal little pouches. So if you have any kind of EDC items that you want to organize, 777 Gear pretty much lives for EDC organization. They've got a lot of different products such as the Core Nano Adventure Wallet, which I've already done a review on, these MK7 mini kits, and several other things. But this kit right now currently consists of this gear here. This right here is the Eaton tool, a little spoon fork with some gear, or not gears, but the bolt tools there if you needed to unscrew something. Also got a little bottle opener there on the side. This here is just a little dollar Ozark Trail rain poncho, just a little clear plastic one, nothing too fancy. Right here I've got some camo face paint. I've got a Gerber mini light here. It's got 4 different settings on it: white, green, red, and blue. Really awesome little flashlight. Over here I've got a compass for land nav. I've got the Gerber suspension multi-tool, of which I have done a review on, check that out. A Petzl headlamp, and 2 backup spare batteries. This is just another little EDC blade here. Nothing too fancy about it, it's just a Winchester. I've had it for a long time. Just a little backup blade. Got some duct tape here, 100-mile-an-hour tape, whatever you want to call it. Just a backup. A little bit of duct tape in case I need to patch up, you know, a hole in my tarp, or you know, a hole in my sleeping pad here. And then I also keep a Gerber knife sharpener. It's got coarse and fine stones on it. Really nice little field sharpener here. Not the greatest, but it gets the job done, and it was very cheap. So it's a good little knife sharpener to have. So that's the extent of my current tool kit. Like I said, it's going to evolve over time. Alright, now let's talk about the survival kit. Again, using the same MK7 pouch. Alright, so this is my survival kit. And it's very incomplete at the moment, but currently, right now, I keep a multiple purpose triangle bandage here for any kind of first aid based stuff that I might need it for. I've got Wazoo survival Tinder cards and magnifying glass. These are really awesome. It's got the magnifying lens there. It's not a glass, it's just a plastic lens. As well as the Tinder cards here. These are pretty much like a wooden business card, if you will, that breaks apart, and you mount it together in a gear formation and use it as tinder to get a fire started. So these are really awesome things to have. Right here I keep my squeeze water filtration system for the Sawyer mini filter. I've also got the straw for the Sawyer and the Sawyer water filter itself. Right here I keep a whistle, just a standard whistle. You can never go wrong with having a good whistle out in the field. You never know when you might fall down, break a leg, but be in distance for somebody to hear this. So as you can hear, it's very loud. I've got a backup Bic lighter here. If I'm ever lost and get separated from my gear, sometimes I'll downgrade and just carry one of these kits or some of these kits with me on my person. So I might get stranded and only have this survival kit, so it's essential that I have pretty much all the things that I need to sustain with just this kit alone for a long duration of time if I need to. So I keep a backup lighter, and I also keep a Ferro Rod. And again, like I said, these kits are not completed. There's still a lot of gear that I gotta buy. So let's move on to the trauma kit or first aid kit. Alright, so this is my trauma or first aid kit. Now I know a lot of you guys are probably looking at this and saying, well, this is not really trauma based, but it's going to be over time as it evolves. This is just the first aid kit that I currently have, comprised of things that I've pretty much sourced for free through pillaging through other basic first aid kits. So this is kind of what I've put together on the fly here. So basically it's just for cuts, burns, and bruises. I've got a cold compress, some burn gel, some antiseptic towels, sting relief, some iodine pads, some latex gloves here, a few different sizes of band-aids. You can never go wrong with band-aids. Some gauze rolls, a pair of tweezers, a pair of scissors, some Neosporin, some Q-tips, a hand warmer, some gauze pads, two giant popsicle sticks in case I need to splint up a finger or anything like that, some tape, and another. This is just kind of like a mini kit here. It's got a bunch of different things in it. A little bit of a sewing kit if I needed to stitch myself up, some goodies powder, some more burn gel and things like that, gauze pad, just a basic mini tiny first aid kit, and last but not least, some ibuprofen. Never know when you might get a headache. So like I said, just a very basic first aid kit layout here, nothing too special. It's not really trauma based. I don't have a tourniquet or any of the other major medical pieces of gear that I need, but that's coming as this kit evolves. So that is my trauma kit for now. Alright guys, so this is the hygiene kit that I have. It's just a little nylon pouch here that I keep. Right here I've got some baby wipes, which are multi-purpose. They're good for when you've got to use the bathroom, and they're also good to kind of give yourself a shower in the field, if you will. Some baby powder, hand sanitizer, fingernail clippers, toothbrush, which is a compact folding travel size toothbrush, really cool toothbrush, and some toothpaste. There are some more hygiene kit based items that I do plan on getting, but this is currently what I keep. Alright guys, that pretty much does it for the review breakdown of my survival pack. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with your friends. Let us know what you thought. I'm really trying to put out a few new videos every month of a consistent, high quality standard to deliver you guys an awesome experience. As far as this pack goes, guys, like I said, it's not complete yet. I do have a long way to go and a lot of gear to obtain. If anybody has any suggestions though, I'm all ears. As always, I'll continue to update you guys throughout the process of this build. So look forward to more videos on my pack and different gear and things like that along the way. If you have any questions on any of the gear mentioned in this video or anything that I said, please drop a comment and let me know. I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. As always, remember to check out the full article on our website and get signed up as an official member of our warrior tribe today. We'd love to have you join our operation to learn how you can increase your survivability. Till next time guys, thanks for watching, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you later.